Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showcasing the Deathbeak Dagger and Vow of Ruin build. So first let's get to Arkhaia, which is what I'm going to be doing in. I'll be showing you how to farm Arkhaia really quickly, but this will get patched very soon. So by the time this is out, it's probably already patched, by the time you're watching it. I think there's going to be a balance patch on the 13th when Dusky comes back, which is also when the winter event ends, so you want to spend your joy as soon as possible. So now I'll be going to Arkhaia. He's just this way, so from the starting place you go forwards. I like to use this quest board as a guide, so you go forward here. And when you come here, to the right here is the Assassin Trainer and where to get Lineage ore. To the left here is the Deep Root Cave. You can do some parkour here. There's also some Ferrous and A-Stick, I believe, here, which I really never knew about until recently. And you hold E to travel. And Deep Root Depths, yep. So here you can sprint, dash, and jump. Easily make that, oh I lagged a bit there, easily make that jump, and here you just normal walk and jump to do this parkour. And Stein has a passive where you jump higher for some reason. And there's three paths. To the left is Berserker Trainer, to the right is Necromancer, to the middle is Life Song, and where you craft your Celestial Emblem for Astra. So I'll show you my mastery. Mastery isn't really needed for this build. You will never have for this farm, you won't really have the opportunity to use the mastery. But I went for 220, just average normal build. Cool Skeleton Prof is really useful, 0 energy summon. And Dark Light Drain is really useful support move, but also buffs your summon damage. For support Necro you could run 102. No. Sorry, 120. Just spam Dark Light Drain. I don't think this is really that useful. And oh yeah, for the gears, for the build, the weapon doesn't matter, enchant doesn't matter, the artifact does not matter. For your race, you can, I think the best race for this farm is Dullahan, because you need luck, and Dullahan you get I think 12 extra stat points at max. They'll increase your luck. Actually, artifact you should use Stellian Core. You should use Stellian Core. I don't know why I have a Chaos Orb. And the gears, Vow of Ruin, Deathbeak Dagger, and Imperial Headband are necessary for the. I wouldn't say it's a bug. I would say it's more of a weird synergy. Yes, those three gears are necessary for it to work. V-Locket is just there so you can summon first turn, and then guard on the summon in case Arkhaia uses I think Flagellum or something, one of his fire moves, and you need to block it and guard. So I'll be going to Arkhaia now. I'm only on the Stallion here, Necro. You don't need to be Necro, but you can really be any class. But the Stallion gives your summons more HP, which is pretty good. Go to this mirror here to access the cult. Sorry, you can be any class, but Necro has a skeleton, which is really useful. You can run Heaven's Authority for the Cooling Light summon. So this is the cult here. To rank up, you either use the skill Soul Absorb here, and it does like 2 damage, so you need to get it down to that low. You can do this by using Dark Sigil or Lentum Bane. There's maybe some other moves that don't execute. Or you can just kill mobs, which will give prog as well, but it will give less prog. When you get to rank 10, you get Death Curtain, which is quite useful to insta-kill mobs with T-Lamp and V-Locket. And the armor can be anything. I went Paladin. You could also use Lancer for the... I think those give the 2 highest HP. Or the new armors, but I'm not sure. And I'm on this slot here because I've got rank 20 cult. Here we are. Also, I forgot to mention that Vide can also be used for the race, as you get crit for stacking crit 1.5% for 10 turns, up to 15%. Let's just start it here. So I'll explain the build. So when you summon and then you self-destruct, it will proc a Vow of Ruin, and if that Vow crits, and then it will then proc the Deathbeak Dagger, which usually does all of its HP. It's not infinite damage, it's a set number. It might fail as well if you don't have high crit chance, which is why you stat dump into luck. So here I'll call Skeleton, which is why Necro is pretty useful because you've got a 0 energy summon. And I'll guard here. Use Acheron. And then what you want to do is you Pact of Ruin. So Pact of Ruin is a skill from the gear Vow of Ruin. And then you self-destruct, like so. See there? The purple explosion that just happened was the Vow of Ruin. And since the purple explosion crit, the Deathbeak Dagger then procs, which deals most of the damage really, and you just strike to finish it off. So I'll showcase that again. I think you kind of get the gist. Maybe I'll try to get it to fail, so you'll see what to do in case it fails. The artifact, you really want it to be steady and core, because you get, I think, almost 90% crit? More than 90% crit, which is, so you only have like a 10% window to fail. But if you've got a Dullahan, that window becomes even smaller. So we'll just do it again here. First turn, you want to summon skeleton, cool skeleton. Guard. On the skeleton, and then Vow of Ruin. Self-destruct. As well. And the damage from Deathbeak Dagger is non-lethal, so you gotta finish it off with a strike. So yeah, that's how to do this tech. It can fail, And if it fails, just summon again and retry.